the remainder of their sentence. This is all that we are tracking as far as the case and the larger picture of Indian nationals who are imprisoned in the UAE are concerned. We are being joined this morning by Major General Sudhakarji, who is a defence expert. Good morning, sir. Thank you so much for joining us on NewsX. Another shocking development from the United Arab Emirates. We are learning of 2 more executions. This time, both people were natives of Kerala, but what was different as compared to the case of Shahzadi Khan, who hailed from Uttar Pradesh, was that this time the embassy was informed on time. What do you make of this spate of executions in the United Arab Emirates, and of course the protocol that has been carried out this time around?
Yeah, good morning. Thank you for getting me to your show. There are a couple of issues which get thrown up. The first and foremost thing is the law of the land. If our people have left our homeland and gone to an overseas country and they are working there, they are earning their livelihood, there are no alternative than to follow the law of the land. Now, the next question which comes up with the offense. What kind of offense has been committed? Now, within the offense, because I have been in Middle East myself, there are too many caveats, there are too many issues which have got Arabic interpretation. There is a concept of blood money being used to protect people from the death row. And despite the blood money, things don't work out. Still, there are negotiations at the political level. So, to me, what appears is that UAE is hosting almost close to 3.9 million. The Middle East as such, West Asia has got close to more than 8 million, close to 9 million of Indian diaspora, out of which UAE has got the largest chunk. 3.9 million is a huge 30% of the UAE's total population. And they remit almost, I would say, more than 50% of the foreign remittances to a country every year. So if that be the kind of contribution by these people to the nation building, I think the government of India, the country would do well by looking at the whole issue de novo. When I say de novo, what is it that I have in the mind? First and foremost thing, you have already outlined in your preamble that as to how many people are in the jail in UAE today. 2,500 or fine. What kind of offenses are there? Does our embassy in UAE have all these records? Has anybody applied himself? Idea is to take some kind of a proactive step so that these kind of death rows can be prevented or anticipated, or some kind of a follow-up action can be done. The levels can be raised, whether it is blood money or negotiation with multiple stakeholders or raising the issue at the political leadership. Something could be done. But if somebody has defaulted by violating the law of the land, well, he or she has to be punished. And the punishment as applicable in Sharia law, as far as the Middle East is concerned, is what it is. Not that I am saying we should welcome it. It is a wake-up call for our country. We have large number of Indian diaspora. We need to proactively address the issue, identify the criticalities, and negotiate with the government of UAE. It is one country with whom we have got the best of relations in the Middle East. And we need to take this matter forward with the top leadership and see how best the issue can be prevented in future. And some kind of a standing operating procedure at the level of embassy should be worked out. It is not that the fait accompli is informed to the embassy, that is the end of it. The embassy would do well if they get to know that such a thing is actually, cooking up, and they revive all, all measures, countermeasures to ensure that our Indian diaspora in UAE, not only in UAE, in the entire Middle East, are safe, sound, healthy, and secure from all possible such kind of death row threats. Back to you, Priya.
Stay with us as we track further updates, this time from the United Kingdom. Now, the UK has condemned the security breach that had taken place earlier. This involved a Khalistani mob attempting to block External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar's convoy outside the Chatham House. Now, the British government has asserted that any attempt to intimidate threaten or disrupt a public event was completely unacceptable. Let's in fact listen in to what the UK government's representative has stated.
To hear about the attack, the very serious attack it sounds like, on a visitor to this country from the Indian Parliament. Was it the Indian Parliament, I think he said? This is unacceptable and is not how we want visitors to be treated, and I will absolutely ensure that he gets a full response from the Home Secretary about it.
Major General Sudhakar ji is still with us on the broadcast. I'd like to bring your attention to what exactly this parliamentarian has stated. We played out that soundbite, and something which was very glaring was that she did not refer to Dr. Jaishankar as India's External Affairs Minister. She stated that an attack has taken place on a visitor to this country from the Indian Parliament, and then she questioned, was it the Indian Parliament, and then stated that it was unacceptable. What do you make of this response? Does it seem flippant in a manner? Because we've also seen in the visuals that we're still showing to our viewers as far as the security breach is concerned, that the barricades were barely 10 meters apart.
Yeah, absolutely. This lady spokesperson, whoever it may be, she needs to be taken to task. The case has to be taken up very seriously with the government of UK. It's not one of those riff-raff incidents. Our Minister of External Affairs, the India's Minister of External Affairs, who has been assaulted. Our national flag has been torn into pieces and burnt. And it is only one person who's being held accountable. There are good number of people standing around behind him who are supporting him. The police was merely a spectator doing nothing. So these kind of things are not... We need to do much more than what we are doing. That is what yesterday, I think in your channel only, in one of the panel discussions, I have strongly recommended that all these things are happening in 21st century. This is a new normal of warfare. We take it casually that aaj ho gaya khatam, bas, forget about it. Another 6 months, something will happen in Australia. That will be overtaken by another event in Canada. So likewise, it will carry on. No. There is a concerted conspiracy. It is rife all over the world to destabilize India. Balkanization of India is happening in small dots that we are not realizing. So therefore, we have to take a very comprehensive step, address such kind of issues. I always maintain that hallmark of an effective security apparatus lies in anticipating the threat. Had we been able to anticipate much prior to the visit of our Honourable Minister of External Affairs to UK or his interview in the Chatham House or the briefing or interview in Chatham meeting, that a threat of this kind is imminent, perhaps our course of action would have been different. Our security agencies should have actually got in touch with the UK security agencies, should have warned them that so and so thing will happen. You better bloody well take action. If you don't, then we are going to hold accountable in the international law and international rules-based international order. So time has come to assert, make a comprehensive plan. We, as a nation, we need to have a structure of information warfare in 21st century. It is coming into existence in piecemeal method. It is happening in tricklets or incremental manner. Time has come. We need to anticipate these kind of irregular, grey zone, hybrid kind of a threat to our rising status of India as a global power before 2047 or maybe much earlier than that. This is one part, Pia. Second part is the legality. You see, I personally feel there is a time of, you continue to accept a thing like this. So within the country, we should be very clear what nonsense they're talking of Khalistan. Our own people people of India should be very clear that Khalistan is actually, they should be carving out from the Punjab of Pakistan, not from the Punjab of India. Our Punjab has been restored to status quo ante, peace and normalcy is going on, and normal rules-based order is prevalent. There is an elected government in power. So therefore, there is a requirement to be very aggressive and proactive as far as such kind of things are concerned. It has to be a strategy. Yesterday I was mentioning tactics without strategy is like noise before the defeat. So in 21st century, we have to have a strategy which is worked out at the highest level, at the national level. Not only UK, the I5 countries, we need to evolve a system in order to address the root cause of this kind of problem. ISI is the root cause. We need to ban this organization. We need to take very tangible, substantive steps so as to make ISI ineffective or accountable in the international platform. Last but not the least, the elephant in the room is China. It is enjoying to the hilt. We should be mindful of this particular fact, and therefore we need to take steps so as to keep China away from ISI, or at least have some kind of a division, create a fault line, and strategize our move in such a manner so that the future attempt of this kind, today it has happened against the Minister of External Affairs, tomorrow it will happen against some other minister, it will go up to the president, then the prime minister also will be attacked. You mean to say we as a nation will keep quiet about this? Apart from lodging a protest, we need to take it up in earnest, see as to what all aspects have to be addressed in order to prevent a recurrence of such kind of incidents in future in overseas countries. Back to you, Pia.
All right, sir. With that, I would like to thank you for joining us on the broadcast, of course, sharing your perspective on these very crucial developments. Meanwhile, viewers, we're shifting our focus to the northeast, Manipur in particular, where a total of 894 weapons